guys, my name is Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another reading update, and yeah, this week was pretty good. I finished 2 books. I was a little, I wanted to finish more. I wanted to get more read, but it didn't happen. I finished 2, and I'm in the middle of a couple of books, but nothing else on my monthly TBRs gonna get read, I think. I think I'm going to try and finish off these that I have already started, at least a couple of them, and I think for the rest of the TBR, I'm going to try to incorporate it into my August and beyond, because I don't think the rest of July is going to, I don't think the rest of that TBR is going to get done. And I had quite a bit left on my TBR. So I am a little upset that I didn't get to all the books that I wanted to, but like I said in my TBR video, it was overly ambitious. I knew it, and I knew there was going to be quite a few that I didn't get done. There were some that I really wanted to that I swear I picked up. Like, okay, The Caged Queen by Kristen Sigarelli, which is the companion novel to The Last Samsara. I love The Last Samsara so much, and I've been wanting to get to The Caged Queen for quite a while. But I picked it up, I read the first page, and I just put it down. I did not want to continue, and it's not the fact that I didn't like what I was reading, it was just I wasn't in the mood for it. I will say Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I think I told you guys I was 60 pages in. I haven't touched it since the last I touched it. So I'm still 60 pages in, and I don't think I'm gonna continue on. For now. I'm just not in the mood for it, and I want to focus on other books. So right now it's the first day of the reading rush, and I'm focusing on my TBR for that. So the books that I still have, that I'm still in the middle of, hopefully will get read sometime this week. I'm hoping. I don't have too much to go in one, and another one is pretty quick. I'll get to those in a little bit. We'll talk about the books that I finished. So like I said, I finished 2, and I finished The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale, the first in the Books of Baron series. It's a series of 4 books, and this one is about Princess Anadori. She is the crown princess of Kildenry, her kingdom, and ever since she was young, she has had the gift of animal speak, so she can talk to animals. It is not welcomed in her kingdom, and her mother is not happy, and so she ends up passing over her daughter in favor of her son to be the crown prince, to rule the kingdom. So her brother Caleb is now crown prince, and she is being sent to Bayern to marry the crown prince there, so she can be princess there. And on her way to Bayern, she is attacked. She's betrayed and attacked, and she's now on the run for her life, and she is in Bayern. Doesn't know anybody, she's all alone, and she ends up arriving at the palace and pretending to be a forest girl, and becoming the Goose Girl there, so she can tend to the gooses in the palace and hopefully figure out what is happening between the people that wanted her killed, because now they are at the palace, and apparently they are trying, or was it, they are, why is it so hard to find words? The person that has betrayed her is now, has now become her, so is pretending to be the Princess Anadori, and is making it so the 2 kingdoms will now go to war instead of being united through marriage like her mother wanted. I thought this was really good. This is a children's book, right? There is one scene that was very brutal, I feel like. Very dark, and I kept, like, there's like reminders of that scene, like, throughout the, like, towards the end. And I'm just like, so trigger warning for animal death, because, man. But I was just like, wow, this is a children's book? It's a little dark, but okay. I mean, I was fine with it. I wasn't fine with the animal death, obviously. That was, like, the one scene that, like, really hurt the most was that scene. But I was like, so this wants to go a little bit brutal. Alright, I can see that. And I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I'm really, intrigued to see how Enna, who is a side character that you meet, in this book, is her book next, Enna Burning, and she has an affinity for fire. So I can't wait to see what her character does. I am hoping that we will see our characters from this book in that book as well. I'm really hoping that we'll see, you know, the characters we've known from this book. But yeah, I am really excited that I picked this up. I really did like it. And I'm intrigued to see more from Shannon Hale. She's got so many other books. And I really want to pick them up now. So, this is really good. And then, the other book that I finished was Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I picked this up for the read-along that Fake Rate is holding. It's still going on. I think we still got another couple of days, but I just wanted to get this done. You know, the reading rush was happening, and I just did not want this to still be on, you know, my TBR. So this is about, this is a science fiction. We follow Darrow. He is our main character. So in this world, there is a color caste system where, like, the reds are the lowest of the low. They're like they're the slaves, and then the gold, you know, it works all its way up to the golds, which are like the elite. And we follow Darrow, who is a red, and his wife is killed, and his people, you know, are slaves, and he's sick and tired of it, and he wants revenge against the golds that killed his wife. So he ends up undergoing like this intensive surgery and training in order to become a gold, where he can infiltrate them and become one of them in order to take them out from the inside. So there, I mean, this is a very brutal and dark book. It was interesting to see how Darrow would become a gold, which, damn. The surgery, like, they really have to change his body in order to become, like, one of them. And then, like, he has to learn how to speak like them. He has to learn about their, you know, their families and stuff like that. He has to pretty much become one of them, and then he has to be accepted into the school. So it's fucked up. This school is it's pretty much like a war zone. You go in there and you are, like, you're part of a team and you're trying to take out the other teams. It's pretty much how it is. But you're also trying to, like, enslave them, and you want to be the victor at the end. And Darrow will do anything he can to be the victor at the end. I did not like this. I'm just gonna say this. I think I told you guys last week that I wasn't enjoying this, and I still didn't by the end. I was just like, it was interesting, I guess, but it wasn't really, I wasn't entertained or anything. I just wanted this to be over. Like, I finished this as fast as I could so I could just be over with. I mean, Darrow was fine, I guess. I hated his wife, so I was just like, okay, cool. the beginning was alright. And then, like, the school system was, like, at first I was like, okay, like, this could actually be good. This is a really brutal type school where you're just pretty much trying to take out other teams. Like, okay, and there's, like, trigger warnings for deaths, because there's deaths everywhere. Trigger warnings for attempted rape, whipping, that happens. There's just, yeah, there's trigger warnings for this book. This can get very brutal very fast. I thought I was going to be, like, by the time we got to the school and we started seeing, you know, like, deaths and everything happen, I thought, like, it was going to start to get good. But for some reason, I couldn't connect to any of the characters. I couldn't connect to the plot at all. I just did not care. If Darrow succeeded, whatever, don't care. If Darrow lost, don't care. If he died, sure, whatever. I just didn't care. So I feel bad because I know this is a very, very well-loved series. And I could definitely understand why people really enjoy this. And I could totally see why, like, Katrina from Little Book Owl and Pierre from Pierre Ford and Natasha from Tashopolis. Like, I can see why they really love this series. This just is not for me. I have said this before, I am not a science fiction fan. I, for some reason, don't connect to science fiction books. TV shows and movies, different. Like, I love Doctor Who, and I love Firefly. Like, I like that. And I did really enjoy the Illuminae file series, or trilogy. But for some reason, this is just one that did not appeal to me. Even though I thought I was going to love this, I ended up not loving it at all. And I ended up giving this 2 stars. I feel really bad, but I'm not going to be continuing on with this series. I'm glad I know that now. Before I went out and bought, like, all the books. Because that was close. I almost did. No joke. Okay, so now for the books that I am currently reading. Like I said, I am still 60 pages into Beartown, but I'm just going to put this down for now and pick this up later on. Just not anytime soon. Just not in the mood for it, and hopefully I will be in the mood for it later on, but it's just not now. I am still currently reading Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. I was in the middle of this last week. I'm still in the, like, I'm actually getting towards the end. Like you can see, I just have that much left. So I'm on page 221 out of, like, 300 and... how many pages? Trying not to spoil. 340 pages. So that's not bad. I only have, what, 120 pages left. I can finish that, like, no problem. Except for the fact that it's a reading rush. So it might be worse. But this is a world where angels have created vampires. And we follow Elena, who is a vampire hunter. And she's the one who tracks down the vampires who go too far. Vampires are fine in this world. They're not inherently evil. But if they go too far, like, they become... what's it called? If they become, like, dangerous and start attacking innocents and things like that, then Elena and the rest of the vampire hunters come in and take them out. Elena has just been hired by an archangel, Raphael, to hunt, does it say it on the back? Oh. Yeah, okay, it does say it on the back. So, she's been hired by an archangel, Raphael, to take out another archangel who has gone bad. And so now she has to try and track him down and try and take him out before he goes too far, before many people die. Of course, her and Raphael have this, like, hate to love kind of relationship. I mean, she doesn't really care for Raphael much. He is an archangel, he is very powerful, and she knows, like, you know, he could kill her. But she has this past where Raphael, for some reason, just like keeps triggering. So it's not the greatest relationship, but I'm still here for it. I'm still, like, he'll protect her. But he's also an archangel, and he's also, you know, I mean, he's not gonna take shit. So I can understand that, and I can really like it. I actually really do like the romance that's trying to start. She's definitely very attracted to him, and, you know, she has thought about being with him so far. I'm 200 pages in, and yeah, nothing's happened. They've kissed. That's pretty much it. But this is a long series, I think. I think there's like 12 books. So, I think there's a new one actually coming out, which is why Bay Crate, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. I'm reading this because Bay Crate is hosting the read-along for this one. So Fae Crate, F-A-E, did the read-along for Red Rising. It's still ongoing for another couple of days. And Bay Crate, B-A-E, is doing a read-along for this one. This one's definitely still ongoing. This one just started last week. And I still got another, like, this week and then next week, I think, for this one. Which, I'm almost done, though. I'm on chapter 28. Sunday, I was supposed to be on chapter 13. Or, like, Saturday, I was supposed to be on chapter 13. But, yeah, I've just been reading it, like, so much. I'm really enjoying this. And it's very quick, I feel. So, I'm really enjoying this. This is shaping up to be maybe, like, a 4-star read. And I've already ordered the next couple of books in the series, because you never know, they might continue the read-along with, you know, the next books. So I want to have them just in case that happens. And if not, I'm still reading, I think, another book next month. So I don't care. Alright, and then the last book that I'm currently reading is Discretion. Don't do this to me. Hold on. Okay, is that better? Discretion by Karina Hale. Karina Halley, I do not know how to say her name. I feel bad. I've actually read a couple of books by Karina. The Nordic King and The Wild Heir and the Swedish Prince. Like, I read that whole series. So, on NetGalley, they had Discretion. This comes out August 6th. And I was approved for an arc of Discretion on NetGalley. And this follows Oliver, or this follows Sadie, sorry, and Sadie is, okay, I'm gonna put that down. Sadie is in Europe. She's, okay, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to remember the plot now. Sadie and her boyfriend, made plans to backpack through Europe. And, like, halfway into the trip, she finds out her boyfriend's been cheating on her pretty much throughout their entire relationship. So her boyfriend's gone home, and now she's stuck in Europe alone. And on her way to the train station to get to Spain or whatever for the last leg of the trip, she is attacked, and she ends up spraining her ankle, and she can't move, really. She can't walk. She does get rescued by this guy. His name is Oliver. He's a very rich, sexy Frenchman, from what she says. And he ends up rescuing her, taking her to the hospital, and then taking her back to his hotel to take care of her, things like that. It's pretty much where we're at. The relationship is definitely between them, or the romance is definitely between them. But we know that something has happened in Oliver's past. That he has made a deal to hide 10 years ago. Because we start with 10 years earlier, where something has happened with Oliver. We don't know what he did or what happened, but he's made a deal with his uncle that is now, is going to, like, he had 10 years before he had to make good on the deal, I believe it was, or everything would get out from what he did or what happened or whatever. So the 10 years is just about up. And of course he meets Sadie, and they have this like romance, and yeah, there's definitely some sexy times happening. So like where I'm at, I'm 30% in, and yeah, they've had sex. I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually, yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be pretty good. Sorry, just trying to get back to where I was. But I mean, so far nothing has really happened. I mean, yeah, she was attacked, and they've had sex. That's about it. But we still don't know what he did or what happened or whatever the 10 years earlier. And we do know, though, that I believe the deal was that 10 years later he would sell his shares to his uncle, or give his shares to his uncle into the company. Because again, Oliver is very rich, and he comes from a family that owns this big company, and like they sell a bunch of shit. They have hotels and things like that. And I believe he's going to give the shares of the shares that he has in the company to his uncle in order, you know, for the stuff not to come out. So, okay, that's it for me today, guys. That was it. I feel like I haven't read anything, but I know, I mean, I've been reading, I've been reading these pretty much, like, physically, and then, like, on my ebook, or on my Kindle, I've been reading, Discretion, and I've been really liking both of these, so I'm really happy about that. And I finally finished Red Rising last night, just so I can get that done. But yeah, I mean, I've been reading a lot today for the reading rush, but I can't talk about that until next week when you see my wrap up for the reading rush then. But yeah, that's it today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you with another. Bye. Happy reading.